and don't know where to bail out. We're going to talk about the main factors that influence the direction of the ball and how you can control it. So when we're talking about controlling your golf ball, there's really two primary factors that are going to dictate where the golf ball goes. The first one being the club face. Probably the most important thing in the golf swing is having a square face, or relatively square face, at impact. What is square and what is open and closed? Let me show you. When I set up here, an open face would look like this. The club face is pointed to the right of the target line. Square face, it's pointed down the target line, and closed face, it's pointed to the left of the target line. Now, that's only one aspect, so what's the second? That's going to be the path. There's three types of paths. Let me demonstrate. The first one is what's called an in-to-out path. That's going to be where the club comes from the inside of the target line, hits the ball, and then goes to the outside. Next is going to be a neutral path. Club does come from the inside, hits the target line, and then arcs back around an equal amount to the inside. Finally, we're going to have an out-to-in path. That's going to be where the club gets outside the target line before impact and then swings to the left. The combination of the face relative to the path controls the starting direction and curvature of the golf ball. I know this is a lot, so let me give you an example. The typical slicer is going to set up and have their club head on the downswing work outside the target line, back to the inside, with the club face open to the path, resulting in a left to right ball flight. Controlling the path and face is controlling your ball flight. There's two primary variables that control the club face. The first one being the grip. It's our only connection to the golf club. Now, there are a lot of different grips out there that have been successful. Let's talk about what a neutral grip would be, and then perhaps what would make the ball go more to the left or more to the right. When taking your grip, one key thing that you need to look at is where the lines, or V's, between your thumb and forefinger are pointing. For a standard grip, you want your V to point right at your right collar, and then when you put your right hand on, that should be parallel, also pointing to your right collar. Now, if I were to move my hands to the right, from my perspective, and they were pointing more to my right shoulder, that's going to tend to close the face. As I move my hands to the other end of the spectrum, this is called a weak grip. These would be pointing more to my chin or left collar. Anywhere between the chin and the right shoulder, you're in business. That's going to help you control the face, and then from there you can figure out how much you need to change your path. Now let's talk about the other factor, wrist angles. In this case, my left wrist. As I set up to the golf ball, even if the face is square at setup, it is not guaranteed that the face will be square at impact. The more that my wrist goes back and it's cupped, and I come down with a cupped wrist, the face is going to tend to be more open. And the more that I tend to go back with the wrist, what's called bowed, and come down with it bowed, the face is going to be closed. I'd like to see as much as possible the wrist to be flat at the top and flat coming down to ensure a square face at impact. So, control your grip, control your wrists, and now you have control of the face. Now that we've nailed face, let's talk about path. A great image for swing path is to imagine that you're standing inside of a giant clock. My feet are at 9 o'clock, this is the middle of the clock, 6 and 12. For an in-to-out path, let's say you're coming down from 7 o'clock, you'd be swinging then out to 1 o'clock. On the other end, you'd be coming over the top, that'd be coming down from 5 o'clock and swinging to 11 o'clock. Now in a perfect world, we'd be coming down from the inside, 7 o'clock, right down the target line, and then back through to 11, for 7 to 11. Now how do we control this? What are the key factors that enable us to do this? Where I see people getting into trouble are two things. Generally it's all body related, and when they get over the top, it's from the upper body, starting down first and opening up early. This move right here, this aggressive move, is going to cause the club head to get outside the target line, and then swing back inside the target line, causing a left to right shot or a pull. On the other end of the spectrum, I see a lot of guys get the club stuck behind them due to the fact that they have a very aggressive lower body. That's going to get the club inside, cause you to swing out, and a lot of pushes and hooks. So to neutralize your path, let's talk about how the body works. All good golf swings are going to start down with the lower body first. Small lateral motion, not opening up the shoulders too early. Once you get the club down and you've shifted your weight, the club needs to then move back to the inside by rotating the body and swinging back around. Moving your body correctly will help neutralize your path and control your ball flight. So here's a terrific drill for controlling both path and face at the same time. Create this setup. Club here, or alignment rod behind the ball on the target line, and also in front. Then you're going to have a club to your right outside of your right foot, parallel to that line, and then another one in front of you, also parallel to that line. Once you've set up, what we're going to try to do is just make a little mini swing and go halfway back. At this point, what you're looking for is the club face to be toe up and the club to be in line with the club on the ground. From here, our goal is to transfer our weight, move to the other side. Club's going to match the club on the ground as well, with the toe also up. Let me demonstrate. So do this drill, nail your path and face, and you'll really learn how to control your golf ball. Here's your test for controlling direction. First, put an alignment stick right in line with your target. Then, depending on your type of ball flight, place another stick either to the right or to the left 2 feet of where your target is. I'm a right to left hitter, so I want to make sure I start the ball to the right of my target so it will draw back. If you're a left to right hitter, just reverse that and place the second alignment stick 2 feet to the left. Let me demonstrate. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to hit 15 balls. Try to hit them through the uprights. And this is how the grading system works. Less than 8, you need work. 8 to 12, you're getting there. More than 12, you got it.